What is good, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome. I hope you subscribe and join my beautiful family, and if you've been here before, thank you so much for showing your love and support. In today's video, we're going to be talking about a sensitive topic, something that I feel like every mother out there has definitely experienced, whether it is subtle, whether it is more severe. I feel like each and every one of us who has given birth to a child has experienced it. That topic is about postpartum depression. So that's exactly what I'm going to be talking about in today's video. If you are excited, let me know by giving this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel, which is the most important thing. Subscribing is absolutely free. If you're ready, I'm ready. So let's get this video started. So I'm mainly here to discuss what is postpartum depression. I think everybody knows what it is. It's basically when you go into a plunge of emotions, and that happens usually when you give birth to a child, and everything psychologically, mentally, emotionally, like you're not there. We're gonna talk about why postpartum depression is so important and why shouldn't it be ignored. So here's my side of the story of how I came to experience this. I personally didn't have my PPD taken seriously, mainly because I didn't know what was I going through emotionally and psychologically. Well, emotionally I did know, but mentally I didn't quite know why I was going through so much. And in my mind, I just told myself it's probably because I didn't go about the right way of dealing with my pregnancy, or like I wasn't open about my pregnancy journey. I didn't let myself go through the emotions. I wasn't prepared to be a mother or to even fall pregnant, and all the circumstances, the situation I was in was just not allowing me to be in that state of being pregnant and being a mom. So all of that really got to me as a person. I blamed myself for a lot of things. So as a result, I became over emotional. I became hypersensitive to the situation I was in. Therefore, that is how I fell into postpartum depression. And of course, if I had known what was going on, I would have made sure that I was heard, because a lot of times I was feeling this certain way and I knew that I wasn't supposed to feel that way. Instead of talking about it and being heard, I just ignored it. It'll go away, I'll be fine, I'll be okay, so there's nothing to really worry about. And yes, I had support, right? I was with my dad, I was with my mom and my grandmother, and for the most part my mom and grandmother were very supportive in making sure that they teach me on how to take care of my child, how to go about dealing with certain situations relating to giving birth and being a mom. But the thing that I wish they did a bit more was to ask me how I am psychologically. I don't think they believe that depression is an illness, and it is something that should be taken seriously. I think the approach is, oh, you're going through stuff right now, you'll be fine, you just have to give it some time. And that is a normal part of life, and people should just get over it. And I remember there was a point where I would say, I don't feel okay, like I feel very, very emotional, I feel very sensitive, and I know that I shouldn't be feeling this way. They didn't exactly say, oh, it's part of life, it's a normal, you can get over it, you should get over it, or anything like that. They didn't say exactly those words, but I feel like every time I mentioned like I'm oversensitive and stuff like that, they would just say, oh, you'll be okay, just give it time, and then they would brush it off and then move on to talking about something else. Then I just kept quiet, brushed it off, and sort of swept it under the rug and told myself that, girl, you gotta be strong, you gotta be the Hulk. You gotta make sure that you just get through this. I don't know how you're gonna do it, but you have to go through it and you have to get over it. Okay, so that's what I just did, and I went about my life. Then later on, that's when I started reading and being interested in, you know, the challenges we go through as mothers. I think that's the most important thing that's the main thing that has made me come onto this platform, sit down and kind of address these issues. So I sat down, and then I would just come across a whole lot of information that I feel like I should have, you know, took time to research on before I gave birth, or like if I had known these things before, maybe I wouldn't have been where I was. So the whole point of this video is to tell you why postpartum depression is so important and Why should it be acknowledged? Well, because for starters, postpartum depression can affect the health of the mother and subsequently that of her baby and family. Your health as a mother is important because you need to be in a good state where you can care for your baby. You have to be able to react to their stress as a baby, because babies go through stress as well, and their feeding. You also have to be in a good state where you can keep your baby alive. I know it sounds like but it is what it is. Like, you need to keep your baby alive. You need to make sure that they're fed, they are getting what they need in terms of their development. So you need to make sure that your child is alive 24/7. And of course, joyfully interacting and bonding with your baby. You need to create that relationship. So imagine if you're in a depressive state and you can't be there to see when your child smiles for the first time. You can't be there to know what cry is for what. You get what I'm saying? So you need to be able to be there for those kind of things. And also, you need to be in a good mental state so that you can recover physically. Pushing that baby out ain't no child's play, okay? It's no child's play. So you need to be able to be in a good state of mind so that your entire body recovers, and so that you can help your body's baby to recover as well. 'Cause let's be real, giving birth to that child also puts strain to that child. So overall, all those pointers and more are very important. So make sure that you are good here so that you can properly take care of your little one. I know that as much as you can try and master all these points that I've mentioned, I know that having judgmental family members and friends can really add to that feeling of despair and hopelessness, which are some of the symptoms of postpartum depression, really. And I feel like although they may give you the utmost support you may need, they will not be able to help you get through it in here. As much as they can give you the support you need, they can't give you the support you need here, mainly because they don't know how to help you, or they don't even know how to deal with the situation itself. So if you find yourself feeling like you're depressed or anything of that sort, please do not let it be ignored. Do not ignore it if you know that you're hypersensitive and you're just fragile and you're not okay psychologically. Please, the biggest mistake you could do is to ignore it. Yes, you can speak to family and friends, sharp, that's cool, but also seek help from medical professionals and other non-judgmental sources that can really help you deal with your postpartum depression. I will leave a couple of links down below on this topic, and leave a couple of websites or other sources online that you can use to help you deal with this kind of a situation. I believe that it's not only crucial for you to seek help, it is also very important to let other people like your family and friends who are around you about the situation that you're in and how would you like them to help you, because if you don't explain yourself, then people are not going to understand what you're going through, and therefore they're not going to be able to help you. And you living with this depression and not really dealing with it, it's going to pile up and it's going to cause you trauma, and you will not be able to heal and be able to move on from this situation. Present articles, present facts, anything that will make them understand if they feel like, oh, postpartum depression is not the thing, because in this way you'll be able to discover more things about yourself and you'll be able to raise your child as best as you can. So I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. This is just my story and what I think about postpartum depression. I am not a medical professional, I'm just speaking based on my experience. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, let me know in the comments down below. Let me know if you've went through this thing and how you were dealing with it, or how did you deal with it. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure that you give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, make sure that you follow me on Instagram. The link will be down in the description box down below. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.